The offseason was last year. We're almost a year later. We had our opinions about these off seasons before the season started, and I'm curious to see when we regrade them, did we still love some off seasons, did we hate some off seasons? So we'll start off with the Atlanta Hawks. Their off season ended up losing Clint Capella, Karis LeVert, Terrence Mann, Larry Nance. Those are the guys that matter, I guess. They signed Ike Alexander Walker to a 4-year deal. They got Luke Kennard in a 1-year deal. Kristaps Porzingis was acquired via trade, and they extended Dyson Daniels.
They had such a weird season. Grading their offseason, I would put it probably about a B+, and I think a lot of that is coming from the Nikhil signing, which I think was amazing. And the reason I grade it so low because the Atlanta Hawks are doing really well. I don't think their goal for what they were doing this offseason really planned out well, but I think it turned around well when they traded Trae Young, traded Kristaps, they just brought in guys, and I think the direction turned out a lot different, but they are having a successful season.
I would give it an A based on how well Nikhil has played. I think no one expected him to come in here and have an MIP type season. And you flipped Kristaps for Kuminga. That probably doesn't include. That's like a part of their offseason, but it's not their full offseason. But yeah, I enjoyed their offseason. I think they did a really good job. Dyson Daniels has kind of improved offensively a little bit. He's kind of been showing you a lot more flashes offensively this season. So I think they did a pretty good job.
I think I'm on the side of Derek. I think you can get a good grade without every move you make being a home run. The one move that they made has been a consistent thing for them and has helped them reach a certain level of success, even without some of the others. And I think that also helped them commit to making a move. The Nikhil Alexander Walker way that he played, I think, allowed them to be a little bit more comfortable maybe trading Trae Young and allowing Jalen Johnson to be the guy. So if that's what opened up and allowed them to have this success that they're having, then yeah, it has to be like a B+ or A. So I think we all kind of in the same boat there.
I buried the lead, y'all, because the biggest offseason acquisition was that Pelicans pick.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, plus that.
Oh, yeah. So then that easily makes it like an A+.
I think y'all are all right, because I think that obviously it didn't go exactly the way they thought it was. We all were really high on the Trae Young, Porzingis, and Jalen Johnson's breakout, and it didn't work that way, and they flipped some of those guys with some different things. And I think that they are in an even better spot now. And they didn't have their own first-round pick this season, right? So they acquired someone else's that is going to be more valuable than there. So I think that their offseason grade last year when we talked about it was an A+ for all of us. I think it probably stays that way, but for different reasons. I feel like that's rare.
Yeah.
It's not like Porzingis was like, oh, he's healthy and averaging 25. It's like, no, we not luck, but we were the opportunistic enough to say yes to Joe Dumars, and now we got breakout small of these dudes. So that's a win.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the Cleveland Cavaliers, who didn't do a ton, but they traded Isaac Okoro for Lonzo Ball. They brought back Larry Nance, Thomas Bryant. They lost Ty Jerome, like I mentioned, Isaac Okoro, and they re-signed Sam Merrill on a 4-year deal.
This one is probably like a D. They didn't really do much. And the Lonzo Ball thing didn't pan out. I know he was a potential low risk, high reward, and yeah, he's not even in the league currently.
Mm-hmm. I'll go C-. I agree with Derek. The Lonzo Ball thing was supposed to help, but I think Sam Merrill played a really big part for them while some of these guys are getting healthy. And so because of that, I'll boost them up to like a C-.
Yeah, I think C- is probably about the right answer. I think alongside Sam Merrill, Thomas Bryant has also been there when they had a lot of their bigs down too, so he's been important.
I'll probably go D, mostly because, this is not even by their own doing, I guess. They let Ty Jerome walk thinking that he was going to be worth way more than what he eventually went for. Obviously, he missed like half the season, but he's been so good since he came back, and that is definitely the type of player that they would need. Obviously, they eventually went out to trade for Dennis Schroeder and Keon Ellis to kind of fill that void. But I'm just thinking about, man, that he was so good last season with that team, and they let him go for Lonzo, who after a couple games, he was just out of the rotation completely.
And it's even crazy when you hear Ty Jerome say that he was never offered a contract. Like that's even crazier. I think he had said something on like Twitter or Instagram in the comments or something. I wonder, he was never offered.
So from your perspective, let's say you are the GM of this team and you know you don't have a lot of money to offer. Is it more respectful to not offer anything if you don't think that you have enough for that person's value?
I think you got to say, like, this is what we have, right? And you got to meet it at the middle ground. But not giving an offer is a little disrespectful.
Yeah, I think you have to give an offer and then.
Because I can see it the other way. Oh, I'm worth 20 and you offer me 8. That's hella disrespectful.
But I'm only doing that because we have a relationship. You're a player on my team. We want you back. This is what we have. If it's not enough for you, then okay.
Yeah,
but to just assume that you don't have enough for somebody that's on your team is kind of mind-boggling to me, because I'm going to communicate with somebody who just had a really good year, a part of a really good team that we probably want to bring back. I'm at least tap in. To just assume feels kind of like somebody that wasn't on my team. You never played for the Pierre team and you hit in free agency. Oh, that's KB. He gonna want $25 million. But Derek was just on my team. I got to check in somewhat. I got to.
I wonder how much of that playoffs really played a part in them not offering him a contract, because it wasn't pretty.
Yeah, his playoffs was bad.
And I wonder if they was like, yeah, this is lightning in the bottle. He won't be able to replicate that type of season again.
Yeah, that could have been it. And if it is, they got to hold that L, because they should have known better.
Hit subscribe for more news, highlights, and analysis from the NBA on NBC.